in the heart of the River Kingdoms lies an old Pathfinder lodge, once thought lost. A lodge shrouded in secrecy and mystery, driving many to believe that its goals are not that of exploration, but of more nefarious purposes. Recently, an unknown venture captain has reopened the lodge and recruited a new group of Pathfinder agents to do its bidding. Whether their goals are to benefit the society or something much more sinister is yet to be seen. Welcome to Tales from the Black Lodge.
Hey everyone, welcome to Rule for Combat Tales from the Black Lodge. I'm your GM and host, Stephen Glicker, and in this week's episode, we are featuring the same episode that we played at PaizoCon 2020 with Erik Mona as our special guest. If you just heard the last tale, you of course heard the introduction of Erik Mona's character, and this was the second time we got to play with Erik Mona's character. This was recorded during PaizoCon, during a live show where we actually streamed it, which we pretty much never do, and we even had audience participation. If you missed it, well, now you get a chance to see it, and it's also been on YouTube for the last couple of weeks, so you could have had a chance to see it there. I decided to just take pretty much the exact same recording and put it here as a podcast. As you probably know, I actually heavily edit these podcasts. I take out a lot of ums and ahs, and I take out time where we take breaks, and, well, pretty much anything that goes wrong with the audio or the video or the technology, I take it all out. A lot of that gets edited. This I just threw in as is. I kept in everything. There's a part where Roll20 goes down for about 10 minutes, and I kept that in. I just kept the whole thing in because it sounds a little bit more natural. And also, just the way we edit it, I don't have as much control. One thing, if you want to know the nuts and bolts, I actually have separate channels for everyone, so I can go in and edit everyone individually, but since this was not recorded the same way, it's just one channel, everyone's in the exact same recording, so I don't have any control over individual people, so I just kept it as is. So everything you hear from the live show is kept in. I actually think this is a really funny show. It's one of my favorites because not only did we have a show with Erik Mona's character, which now we knew a lot more about, we had a show where it took place on water, which half of the characters really hate, if you noticed, especially Nixnox. Nixnox's whole thing is that he has a complete aversion to water, and yet nearly every single adventure takes place either near or on water, and this one's like all on water. And we have audience participation, where at many points throughout the adventure, I asked the audience to vote on what should happen. So you'll get to hear that as well. And speaking of special episodes, I did want to mention that we have been invited by Paizo to kick off their Gen Con stream. That's right. The very first day of Gen Con Online, July 30th, we are going to be doing, well, an adventure just like this one. The only difference is that instead of Erik Mona, we're going to have Luis Loza, and it's going to be a different adventure. So Thursday, June 30th, from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be playing another quest with the Black Lodge gang, and we're going to be playing, well, something Pathfinder. I don't know which quest yet. I'm still figuring it out. And instead of Erik Mona, we're having Luis Loza. And Luis is awesome. He is a friend of the show. He obviously is from Paizo. He's obviously also from the No Direction Network. I've interviewed him multiple times for the show. Very excited to have Luis on. He is going to be playing a very funny character that I guess we're going to be making fun of because, you know, it is the Black Lodge. So do check that out. It should be on the Paizo stream. I believe it's just going to be on Twitch. And I'm going to also stream it too on the Roll for Combat stream. So it's going to be in both places, so you can see it everywhere. And be on the lookout for that. And then a few other quick things I do want to mention is do check out our Patreon. For $10, you guys can listen to the show live. For $5, you get them early. And not only do you get to listen to the show live, we broadcast like anything. In fact, we were playing board games last week. We didn't have enough people to play, so I just, showed everyone us playing board games, and people had fun with that. The other night, we actually had a planning session because we're doing a new podcast, and I had everyone just sit around for 3 hours going through their character concepts, going through how we're going to actually play this podcast, going through the adventure, and you guys could listen to that. And we were actually asking the Patreons for feedback of what they thought we were doing. So if you join at $10, you can join any feed at any time. Whenever we're live, you're invited to join us, whether we're playing board games, whether we're discussing upcoming adventures, whether we're just chatting, which we do a lot, or we're, actually playing the game for the podcast itself. And you actually get to see the map and the Roll20 board, and you see us on video chat, so you see everything. You get to see the whole thing. It's almost like we're on Twitch, but we're not on Twitch. And finally, do check out the Discord channel if you want to play any games. We have hundreds and hundreds of Pathfinder Society games. Just go to discord.rollforcombat.com and you can start a game or join a game. And if you get to level 10, you get a free t-shirt. So how about that? But with that, let's get to this week's exciting Tales from the Black Lodge.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to PaizoCon and welcome to Roll for Combat. Tonight we're going to be playing Tales from the Black Lodge. And for those of you who don't know what this is, well, I'll give you a little bit of information on it. But first of all, I'm going to show you that we have 4 of our regulars. We'll have John Statz, Jason McDonald, Chris Beamer, and Seth Lipton. They will introduce themselves and their characters in a second. And of course, we have someone new, some miscreant, some rustabout, some Erik Mona has decided to crash the party.
That's me.
Hey, that is you. What do you know?
Hi, guys.
Oh, hi, Erik. We didn't see you there. But we will go through the intros in a bit. But first of all, I just wanted to do a quick intro because I saw someone say, what is a roll for combat? And who is this Erik Mona? Well, first we'll do who is the Roll for Combat. So Roll for Combat, if you don't know, we're an official Paizo partner, and we host a podcast. We've done Dead Space. We did the original Starfinder Adventure Path from beginning to end, so you can listen to that. We just did Fall of Plaguestone from beginning to end. We are currently doing a 3-ring adventure, which is Extinction Curse, and we're about halfway through the first book. And then, of course, we have this Tales from the Black Lodge, and where we do episodic adventures based in the world of Pathfinder Society. And every adventure, we have a new guest. Sometimes we have Vanessa Hoskins, sometimes we have Erik Mona, sometimes we're going to have someone like Param from No Direction, and so forth. And in addition, if you want, you can also check out our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat, where we are one of the largest online lodges. We have over 250 games going on right now of Pathfinder and Starfinder Society. So if you want to play online after PaizoCon is over, just check it out. It's just discord.rollforcombat.com. And of course, we do reviews and information about anything Paizo related. We also interview people on occasion from Paizo, talk about things that are upcoming. But before I get too much into that, let's start our intros off with who and what everyone is playing tonight. Let's start with Mr. John Statz and Mr. Peepers.
Good evening. My name is John Statz, and I'll be playing Mr. Peepers tonight. Mr. Peepers is a 2nd level halfling rogue. He has earned a reputation for finding trouble where there shouldn't be any. And as someone with no sense of self-preservation, he's been the sole survivor to several expeditions and leaves a legacy of unfinished business. So you'll see him getting into trouble tonight.
And next up, we have our very own Jason McDonald, a.k.a. Nella Amberleaf.
Yeah, hi folks. My name is Jason McDonald. I'm playing Nella Amberleaf, a half-elf druid of the Wild Order, which means she's eventually going to specialize in turning into all sorts of fun, weird critters, though that's kind of a work in progress at level 2. So right now she kind of just sits back and throws fire at stuff and hits stuff with a stick. So also in the larger Roll for Combat world, I am also our kind of resident blogger, and I do weekly recaps of both our Black Lodge and Extinction Curse shows.
And of course, we have Mr. Chris Beamer, Thorgrim. Are you paying attention, Chris?
Yes.
Looking away.
Yes, my name is Chris Beamer. I'll be playing Thorgrim Stout Brew, who is a dwarven champion of Iomide. He had a rough and tumble life early on, found his way a prisoner of the Archduchy of Menador, which is in Cheliax, and was rescued ultimately by a group of adventurers that were Pathfinders. And so now he has sworn his sword and his trusty trident to the Pathfinder cause and for smiting evil.
Next up, we have everyone's favorite goblin, but not a goblin, Nix-Nox, Seth Lipton. Seth.
Can't hear you, Seth.
You forgot push the
I
talk.
pushed the talk. I forgot to push the talk. That was so good, too.
You're used
My
to
performance
board
was
games.
excellent. Yeah, I know. So I played Nix-Nox, a wizard's creation. A fire elemental in the guise of a goblin sorcerer.
And last but not least, Voltairus Erik Mona. Who is this mysterious Voltairus?
Voltairus the Impatient is a novice member of the Pathfinder Society, having just within the last couple of weeks passed his confirmation as a new recruit who is very excited to make the most of his time as a starting adventurer. He has spent a great deal of time leading up to the last few years deep in study, and after much consultation of books in libraries, he has taught himself just the rudiments of arcane magic as a transmuter. And Voltairus is freshly returned from his first adventure as a Pathfinder agent in the august company of the folks you see assembled here in a yet to be released episode, I believe, of the Black Lodge. He's looking forward to, as kind of a eager new recruit, to go on his second adventure ever. Oh, and one other thing, Voltairus is 85 years old. Human.
Yes, human. So one thing I also wanted to mention, some people have mentioned, since we're actually not on the Twitch stream for Paizo themselves, if people have hero and villain points, it's one thing we didn't figure out. You can't use them, but that's okay. Don't worry. I got you covered, because instead we'll just do it the old-fashioned voting system, is that I will tell you at times where you can either vote for or against certain people or things.
Oh, no.
So you can, it's more freeing. So I am watching the stream right here on my TV, so I'm going to actually see as you're doing the chats. So everyone can participate. Everyone could, tell Voltairus to do a better job and give him that inspiration, or tell Thorgrim that he really should open up his shield and take one for the team, because why not? So we'll figure out how that's going to go. And then, of course, what are we playing tonight? That's a big question. Well, I surprised you. I told you we're going to be playing a quest, but actually we're starting a brand new adventure path. I thought maybe we can go old school and do Order of the Amber Die and just blow through that first. We're just going to go all night. Don't worry about it. No one has to work tomorrow. We'll just keep going.
Wait, I have to work tomorrow.
Oh, well, all right. Okay.
I'm working right now.
Oh, that's right. There you go.
I want your job.
So now we're going to do, I believe it's Grundon's Gorget, which is by Kate Baker. Hey, Kate Baker, guest of honor. It is a 1-hour adventure, a quest, if you will. Now, the last time we did a 1-hour adventure quest, it took us on the nose 4 hours to do. So we have 3 hours. But the good news is Peyton told me there's no one after us, so we can just keep going forever. So we'll see how this 1-hour adventure goes. And although this is Pathfinder Society, I'm making Pathfinder Society-esque, which means I might be throwing a few things in here that might not be completely legal for various funness. So, and plus everyone's going to be voting, so that's not legal. So this ain't officially legal, so keep that in mind. So it's Pathfinder Society light, if you will. Now with that, I think we're ready to begin. I'm actually can't believe we got through that all so quick. And by the way, here's the full character artwork. I wanted to make sure everyone got to see what everyone looks like in their glory and beauty. And this is one of their official artists, T.S. Rodriguez. He does almost everything for our show. He does character arts for every one of our characters in every podcast. So we also even have t-shirts for some of them and so forth. And if you ever want to watch our streams or check out the podcast, you can find out more at rollforcombat.com. With that, let's start where you always start, and that is in front of, hold on, I moved you there, but not myself, a lodge, a Pathfinder's lodge, if you will.
Our lodge.
Now, this actually is not your lodge. This is another lodge. You have traveled far, far to the north, in the land of the Lindnorm Kings, way, way north. And you are an ice ferry, where you're here to meet Venture Captain Brushing Thorsen. But before you enter the lodge, maybe we should talk about your last adventure so people are caught up a little bit about your craziness that has not gone public yet, because it has not been published on the podcast yet, but it will be in a few weeks.
From the Adventuring Journal of Vortalis the Impatient. First draft in preparation for submission to the Pathfinder Chronicles. For long decades have I studied in anticipation of this day, when I and allies of fellow confirmed Pathfinder field agents gather under the banner of fellowship and exploration to seek out the wonders of the world, to explore strange locations and delve the deepest dungeons for treasures worthy of the questing heroes of legend. Our first mission, my first mission, put me in the company of a group of battle-hardened adventurers who had gone on at least one, possibly as many as 3 adventures prior to my joining. They were Nix Nox, the goblin sorcerer. But if you ask me, the fire in his heart hints at a much stranger origin. The young goblin defers to me as an elder, as well he should, and I found him to be an able companion on our most important mission. Also with us, the halfling, Mr. Peepers. He keeps himself largely cloaked and wears a silly hat, but that hat hides a cunning mind. And he, more than any of our companions, knows that the path of glory is tread upon stones paved with gold. For Mr. Peepers is always on the lookout for treasure. With us as well, the learned half-elf druid Nella Amberleaf, a plant-oriented woman who was rooted in the values of the old faith that has guided so many druids before her. Also with us, the eminently brave Thorgrim the Lion, whose head is as hard as his axe. An able group I have never known before. My previous companions being not worthy of comment in a journal so important as the Pathfinder Chronicles. But with these new heroes, I set out on a mission to Port Peril in the far and distant lands of the Shackles Islands, haven of pirates, buccaneers, and scum of all stripes. We would fit in, indeed. We hitched a ride on a ship known as a Glorious Payoff, captained by the able Callistro Benari. And on this journey, I learned much of my new companions that I shall record in depth in a further appendix to my submission to this chronicle. But now let's proceed with the events of our last adventure. After months at sea, what seemed like months but was probably a week or 3, we were dropped off not on an island of the Shackles, but on an abandoned forlorn sandbar, miles from the nearest shore. There we awaited another vessel, which finally took us to Port Peril, where we were to meet with our Pathfinder Society contact, the venture captain Stella Thane herself, a member of the Shackles Isles August Pirate Council. We were to get her to sign a document for the Pathfinder Society. My first mission, the glorious first step on my destiny to become the adventurer that for 6 long, lonely decades I have plotted to be, took us to a bar on a dockside to get a signature. 3 weeks on that ship with halflings and goblins to get a signature. But our journeys start with a single step. We got to Stella Thane. We presented her with the paper. She signed it, but as if to mock us in this hive of scum, she knocked over a tray of food, starting a bar brawl, and with a wink, she teleported away. Magic that, one day I shall master myself. One day. But before that happens, we needed to get out of that bar with our signed paperwork to return to the Grand Lodge in Absalom. And there was a big fight. I turned into a cloud of insects and hid under maybe a mouse. I think it was a mouse. And hid under a table. My companions stabbed and fought, and mostly it was non-violent, but it was going to turn lethal. I might have been stepped upon. A most ignominious end for my first adventure. But eventually, through the miracle of teamwork, we, as a brave group of Pathfinder agents, escaped from that bar brawl without killing more than 3 innocents. And we fled, we returned to the sandbar for an uncomfortably long time, and awaited our return ship, which did come, though not as soon as Vorteris the Impatient would have preferred, it must be said. But on that return, as we recounted our victories together, we became a group of bonded friends and boon companions. The Pathfinder Chronicles shall echo with our adventures for years to come. And that brings us here, to the lands of the Linorm Kings. What adventures will await us? I do not know, but my pen stands ready to record, and I will submit them to you, the Pathfinder Chronicles, in hope that they may be published and shared so that our fame may spread. Yours truly, Vorteris the Impatient.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Okay, that sounds a whole lot cooler than what I remember.
I remember the
Thank
fight
you,
went
ladies
on.
and gentlemen. Good night.
It was something like that.
Well, I think we're going to have to hire Erik to recap every one of our podcasts.
Yeah.
I come cheap, man.
And he did it off the top of his head. I'm stunned. It's almost like
Sorry.
you do this for a living or something.
I guess.
All right, show's over. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Nice.
Can't
I
talk.
would have liked a little more embellishments on my bravery in that particular.
I know. I thought about it.
You heard him.
You're
We
lucky I
heard him.
didn't mention how you broke into a chest and destroyed a bunch of priceless alcohol. But
Yeah, we'll leave that out.
that'll
On the
be
other
yeah.
hand, he was the one getting punched most. during
That's
that
true.
fight.
Yeah, they didn't like my. I don't know what they didn't like dwarves. I'll say that.
By the way, that was totally stream of consciousness. If that went 36 minutes, I apologize to everyone in the chat.
That's
So-
The
outstanding.
chat loved it.
By the way, I forgot something that you reminded me, Erik. So we made a big mistake last time. So I forgot this. So when we were in the middle of that bar brawl, you turned yourself into
Yeah.
a mouse.
I know where this is going.
and you were stepped on.
Yeah.
And you only had 2 hit points left. But I
Yeah.
forgot that when you're in pest form,
Yeah.
you
Have
take
weakness
an extra
5.
5 points of damage. So
Yep. You know, sometimes things break in the direction of the players, and sometimes they break in the direction of the
And right after the recap, Voltaris keels over dead. Thank you and good night. We're done. Erik Mona is dead. Thank you for joining us, Erik. We
Thank
will.
you guys. It's always a
Wait,
pleasure.
wait. Lay on hands. Lay on hands.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right.
I have a potion here somewhere.
Yeah, stand by for 1 hit point.
Thank God.
All right, back. Okay, I did promise you would die tonight, and this is it. That was it was bothering me that I didn't get to kill you last time.
I know. It bothered me that I didn't notice the mistake, but
I know it bothered me that
I'm
I made
alive.
a mistake. Because how often
You tried.
How often does someone actually go into pest form in a bar brawl?
First time.
It was very funny. So anyhow, as I said, you are here in the land of the Linorm Kings. You are at the Pathfinder's Lodge. You have just listened to Volteris's lovely recap. What do you do?
I say we head on in.
Yeah, is there anybody outside of the lodge?
No, there's a door. There's a door.
No representation? Oh.
No. I'm hypnotized by that fire effect, actually. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've been watching that thing.
That's the whole point. It's there to distract you.
This is a Pathfinder lodge?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we paid our dues. So we're current.
We don't. No need to search for traps. So opening doors.
Clang clang on the bang on the door.
You open. You are greeted by a gnome, and she is prominently wearing a wayfinder on her chest. And she looks at you and says, "Yes. Are you the members of the Black Lodge? We were expecting you. I thought there were 5 of you. I only count 4."
There are 5 of us. Yes, please let us in. It's quite cold out here.
Yeah, Nix blends in with the fire. He has to
Oh, there he is. Oh, a little sneaky goblin. I see. Come in. We're expecting you. Coming out of the cold. And she mentions you to come in. She says, "Hold on a minute. Let me summon the master."
Vorteris, come in out of the cold. We have a brandy here ready for you.
It's so warm
yes.
inside.
Perhaps also a blanket of some kind.
Oh yeah, there's blankets and pillows here too.
Oh, that's all pillows. Oh, my bones. Not as much padding back there as I used to do. You understand?
She walks over, and there's a cord, and it's labeled "office" from a bundle of colored cords near the door. She goes over and she pulls that cord down, and off in the distance, you hear a bell chime. And then she walks over to the door, and she's like, this way, follow me. And she leads you over to this door here in the north.
Where's Nix? I can't see him.
Nix is always hiding underneath.
Yeah, I do have stealth almost always active. Like I'm almost always like just furtively going from shadow to shadow.
And as the door opens, you suddenly see 3 scampering goblins dashing down the hall, and a large husky barking and chasing them down the hallway. Ruff, 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 ruff. And the goblins are just making fun and obviously enjoying being chased by this dog. Why, you're not sure. And the dwarf just puts her head in her hands. Sorry, the gnome just puts her head in her hands and just shakes it. And then she's like, "Oh, not again. Not again."
You have goblins roaming the halls here? It's a strange lodge indeed.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
Yes. We are quite some distance from our homes.
And so wait, so let me get this clear. The goblins are having fun with the dog?
They seem to be chasing the dog, and the dog's chasing them. These goblins seem to be kind of having fun. Yeah, it's kind of a little weird.
Like a friendly relationship between these goblins and the dog?
I don't know if I'd call it friendly. More like the goblins are trying not to get bit by the dog. And while you see that occurring, a very large husky half-orc bursts into the hallway, and
It's chaotic.
it just sort of says, "Maki, come here." And the dog starts barking at the goblins and looks at them and snarls, and it comes back. And the goblins are just kind of toying with the dog. They're like, and then they run away. And they run around the corner.
It's nice.
And he looks at you all, and then he mentions you to follow him into a meeting room. He's ignoring those goblins.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I'll follow him. Try to ignore the goblins.
Yeah, the goblins.
Here we go.
Things are a bit rural here, it seems.
I'm
So
curious, sir. Those goblins do they work here? Or?
He looks at you, and you actually know this, is that he's deaf, and he's using sign language, so he's reading your lips, but he does talk, and he says, "Yes, those goblins, they help out around here. Oh, apologies for the ruckus. Those Frostfurs are talented scouts and helpers, but they have a very adversarial relationship with Monkey. She doesn't particularly like them either, always antagonizing her. Terrible, I say, terrible. But welcome to my lodge. We were expecting you.
It did take quite a long time to get here, I must say. Once to the Shackles Isles, twice to the lands of the Linnorm Kings. I suppose next I would be off to Brevoy, and then to Nex, and then perhaps to Udra.
Let's hope not.
Well, I'm getting my fill of travel.
Well, you are Pathfinders. I understand that comes with the job. It's one of the perks, right? To get to travel the world, do adventuring, help out folks like myself.
Yes. It just takes a long time sometimes.
Well, let's get to it. The reason I called you here, the Granskuldor family traces their lineage back to the storied warriors of Grundle, the Sky Chaser, the Linnorm king who ruled over the city of Jol, and whose victories in battle are legendary. The family still has a lot of influence. I've asked them to help out the society, and they've asked for a favor in exchange. That's where you come in. Are you familiar with Valenhall?
Are we familiar with Valenhall?
If you want, you can roll a society check or a Ulfin lore check if you wish.
Oh, did you say warfare lore?
Society check.
I'll do a society check, sure.
It's an Ulfin. I'll let you do these open. They're supposed to be secret, but it's going to be more fun if everyone sees.
Sure.
Yes.
Alrighty. Hold on a second.
Society of a 9.
Oh, I rolled a 2. I don't believe I've come across that name in any of the many books and tomes that I have perused over the years. Is it a person?
Anyone else?
I have a different tack. There's a couple of things. I'm going to nest a couple of things. One thing is I am not 100% because of my sorcerer lineage and my elemental blood. I'm not 100% a goblin, so I don't really smell like a goblin. And I am trained in nature, and I want to befriend the dog because Nixnox actually likes dogs.
Nixnox is going in a totally different direction. Sure, you roll that nature to see if you can go over to the dog and pet it.
Watch your hand. You're supposed to ask for permission.
That's right. You are. Nature of an 8. You guys are off to a lovely start.
Wow, it's our typical start.
You know,
you go near the dog and it starts to growl. It's like,
good dog, good dog.
and the orc looks at you and he's like, you might want to stick away, goblin. He doesn't seem to like you. She doesn't seem to like you.
I double down and I intimidate the dog with a glance.
What? That's so
Go
mean.
for it.
Oh my
If
God.
it's going to growl at me, I'm going to growl back.
Okay, fair enough. Well, and then we'll go 21. Okay, the dog sort of like whimpers behind the orc, and
Now, having established my dominance over the dog, I then turn to the half orc and I say, I've never heard of this, but then again, I've never been around much. Could you tell us?
yes, he actually is a half orc. I was just checking. Well, yes, let me tell you, Valenhall is a place where after those are ready to die, or those who have died try to travel, they wish to enter into glorious battle or glorious sunset to be remembered for years afterwards. Grend the Sun Chaser never got to sail to Valenhall. She died in what she planned to be her last battle, where Gorget was passed down to her descendants, most recently to Halvert, also a Linnorm king. Halvert has an impressive warrior in his youth, but a month ago he sailed off towards Valenhall to set up a shrine to Grehunde. There and finish her journey, he planned to ensure the Gorget found its final home in a place of honor. Unfortunately, something happened to his ship, the Shore Seeker. Along the way, merchants report that the ship is still partially above water, but they didn't get close enough to find out what happened. While his children respected Halvard's decision, they would rather not have their father's body and the priceless family heirloom at the bottom of the sea. I'd like you to find the ship, retrieve Halvard's body, and the Gorget. I've arranged a ship for you, the Wandering Hearth, to follow the Share Seeker's path through the steaming sea. That's right, guys. Another adventure on
water. Love it.
Water.
Tell me how situational my
Wow, I'm
tell me again how situational my
your feet is.
features.
Yes. Wow.
I'm gonna have to start. This is such a running gag now. I'm gonna have to start being B.A. Baracus from the A Team, and you're gonna have to like tranquilize me to get me onto the water.
Well, if you're going to keep intimidating dogs, I'm going to hang you over the side as an anchor.
Yeah.
I actually want to make friends with the dog. I was just showing the dog who's boss. He just wants to know who Top Dog is.
He's actually going to try to calm the dog down while he's doing the lore dump.
Oh, okay. You could do your nature check. And now, if you have any questions for the venture captain, Torsen, now 18 easily is able to walk over to the dog and have it licking your hand, and you can pet the dog, no problem. The dog likes you.
So Gorget is a piece of armor. Yes, that's like
a neck thing.
It's like a neck armor. Yeah.
Hey, I had French class in high school.
Oh yes. So they want us to retrieve this heirloom in the water again.
My lads,
I can show you a picture of what he looks like.
Nice.
Seeking the sunken ship of a Viking king is much more important than getting a signature in a bar. This sounds like a true adventure.
I would have to agree with you, my learned friend.
So did somebody survive from this crash? What do we know how it came about that the ship was sunk?
We don't quite know. The crew made it to shore in a lifeboat, but their stories conflict. Something may have attacked the ship, or it may have run aground on something, and Halva told them to leave while he investigated. He never lit the signal light that said it was okay to return, so the crew just went home.
And they're gone. They split up, or are they sitting around town?
They're on another ship now, unfortunately. They should be back in about 6 months, but we can't wait that long.
How long ago did this happen?
Oh, very recently. Maybe 2 months ago, 1 month. Enough that the body should still be fairly fresh.
2 months in the water?
In the sea?
Oh my god.
My feet once soaked in thigh-high water for 3 weeks, and I almost lost my legs. There is no way a dead body will last that long. None.
Well,
You would be lucky if we find this piece of armor with a spine in it.
Well, I'll tell you, then bring back what you can find. And he pulls up a sack, and he's like, put them in the sack if you must.
We'll need them.
Bring back what you can find.
We'll need a sack, that's for sure.
All right, I'll take the sack. I can carry stuff.
Yeah, you're strong. Well, Mr. Peepers doesn't see any reason why not to do this. There's obviously no signs of danger, so I don't see any point in taking precautions. Do you guys want to go?
Well, one more.
I do not want to go. I do not want to go back into the water. I don't want to go into the water. I don't want to go.
I do not want to waste any more time before we seize our destiny. But are there any other parties interested in this wreck that we might be looking out for? Is it known? Is there the treasure seekers or mermaids?
Nature check.
Amber. That's where you come in.
Oh, all right. I can take a shot at that.
23. Damn. You know many things about the steaming sea.
A welcome change.
The steaming sea is named for the thick mist that hangs over the waters. Frequent volcanic activity from the Hellrung Mountains leads to the sudden formation of new islands and ridges. It is a fairly safe place, although many intelligent aquatic creatures have societies in the steaming sea, including merfolk and aquatic elves. Some of the other creatures that live in here include sharks, sea drakes, kraken, and sea serpents.
See, Nix Knox, there's volcanoes involved. You like volcanoes, right?
I love volcanoes. I don't like the volcano in the water.
This is very
Picky.
You got to put
you
up
share that
with one to
information
get
with
the
us?
other.
Amber, do you share that information?
Oh
with
yeah,
us?
I certainly give the party the detail.
Krakens and volcano. This is the stuff of legends, my friends. Yes.
Are there plankton, sea greens, and proteins from the sea?
Plankton, sea greens, protein from the sea. Let me freeze you.
That is a deep cut. That is
Logan,
deep.
right.
I wonder if anybody in the
Thank
chat
you
can
very
get that.
Thank you very much.
I
Good
missed
job.
that reference myself. I've
Logan's
been
right.
isolated from media for 6 decades, and it's very
Yes, we need to discuss that at some point at length.
Well, let us focus on what is ahead of us rather than what mistakes may have influenced the past. That's what I always say. Best make use of the time you have left than dwell on the time that has already passed.
Yes. Good point. You're going for the sympathy vote.
Well,
Porters, I have a flask here of. I managed to save some of the rum from the sandbar. Would you like a quick sip of this?
No, I have sworn to myself that I should never taste the demon spirit again. For if one does, one may make terrible mistakes, perhaps a series of terrible mistakes that,
Well, perhaps
I believe we've went over this once
perhaps
before.
yes. Perhaps when we conclude our adventures here, we can all celebrate with a.
I will celebrate, but it will be, unfortunately, with a cup of bitter tea.
All right, let's head out.
Okay.
Where are those goblins?
We've defeated
Yeah,
Krakens
with Krakens. Krakens are
Whatever.
Hey, I'm excited. Krakens are going to get us into the Pathfinder Chronicles for sure.
That's
Nix Knox, the dog told me that she'll be very impressed with you if you go on this adventure with us.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go. So with that, you get directions as to where the actual boat is, and let us jump to the boat.
This is the Wandering Hearth. Is that the name of the boat?
That's the boat that we have. That's not the name of the
Wandering
crash
Hearth. That is
Is the one we're taking to get to the Shore Seeker. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Got to get everything correct. They are very picky at the Pathfinder Chronicles editorial office.
Are they planning to strand us on a random sandbar at any point?
Oh, not again.
Or we have
But let me guess. I bet this wreck is on a sandbar right now.
We're gonna find out, aren't we?
I guess.
So with that, you join the Jolly Roger. I mean, the Wandering Hearth. It is a very nice ship. It looks strikingly similar to every other ship you've taken in pretty much every single tale that we've told here at the Black Lodge. What is it with Pathfinder Society and water? I think that is more of a question for Erik Mona than myself, if you want to know.
I mean, hey, if you're going to explore the world and there's no real reliable air travel, going by sea is your best bet. So it does behoove a Pathfinder agent to learn a little bit about the aquatic life. That's
And it is, and we are on a boat.
Yeah.
It's,
Yes. We're
like
on a
the
boat.
song goes.
Take a long, hard look.
Yes.
So you join the crew. There's 4 crew members: Patty, Mike, Jane, and Stan. That's right. Simple names. The captain is a middle-aged elfin woman. Her name is Alenia Vigrenhal, and she gruffly welcomes you onto the ship and says, "Oh, yes, well, we're well supplied and prepared for the journey. But I'm warning you all right now that the route is far from safe, and you should always remain wary. As we're going into the steaming sea, who knows what we might find there."
How long is this journey?
A few days. Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. We got more than enough provisions, even for you, dwarf.
Yeah, Dorm's like grumbling on his run. I can't really run on a boat again. It's a full plate doesn't work well with the water. This is terrible. I'm getting seasick already.
Mr. Peepers, on the other hand, he's been preparing for this his whole life, right? You're like Mr. Water Adventure.
Oh, absolutely. He's an underwater marauder. He's ready for the ocean. This is great.
And with that, she's like, "Okay, let us go." And she casts off, and you start the journey. Now, I should mention, of course, everyone has one hero point. And the journey starts, and you have a couple of days to fill. I don't know if there's anything you guys wish to discuss before we get into the nitty-gritty.
Are we going to lay on hands? Is this where we do that?
Oh, yeah. So normally with Pathfinder Society Adventures, we go through all the slots. We go through what you're doing for spells, scrolls, and swords. We're doing that ahead of time, and we're just doing the standard. Everyone took, the crystal and the healing potion. And then if you want to slot one of your boons, most of you have that lay on hands boon. I presume you're all going to slot that one,
right?
And where you get a free lay on hands. All of you have 2 free lay on hands, except for Thorgrim, who already has lay on hands because that's what he does, and he has 1 extra free one, but he used one in the bar fight last time, so he's almost done with his free lay on hands.
Yep. And I don't have that at all.
You don't have that at all because you were still in jail. I mean,
you
were still.
I was otherwise disposed.
You were visiting your parents. That's right. They're still alive.
Yes.
Detect evil.
Oh, he's not evil.
He's not evil.
I've heard that said a lot, but no proof, really.
Well, magic can prove it, I guess.
So how long is the journey to the...
Couple days.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Depends on how the winds fare.
Don't worry about it. That's very reassuring language from the captain of the ship.
We're not on the. We're not part of the crew.
The only one happy.
So many questions.
The only one happy about it is Mr. Peepers, like being on the boat.
Totally. Nixox finds the darkest, driest part of the ship, relatively speaking, and hides there through the entire trip.
Well, we'll see, because after a day, it's pretty boring, and the captain comes over and says, "Who would like to play a game of High Tide, an old pirate gambling game?" And she pulls out a deck of cards, and she looks at you all.
Oh, Mr. Beavers is there.
I'm definitely in on that.
Yeah. Steal the cards. Hurry.
Oh, I have seen men reduced to nothing from addictions to gambling and chance. No, Vorteris will have none of it. No, cannot.
Now Nella's going to think about it, but she's going to let the other guys go first and kind of see what the game is first.
All right.
Nixox is so profoundly uninvolved, I'm taking a bio break.
Wow, okay. So she's around, so I'm putting Mr. Peepers and Thorgrim near her. And she goes on to explain that it's a pirate gambling game where the cards are passed face down while players try to lie about what cards they've added to the tide. You can use a games lore check or a gambling check, or if you want to win fairly, or you can use a thievery check to try to cheat and hide cards up your sleeve, you won't get infamy points. So don't worry about that.
That's all
No
I needed to hear.
And or a deception check to bluff, thinking you have better cards. So there's 3 rounds in total. People can come in and out during the rounds, and it's just a simple DC roll to see. It's this is the simple game. Now, this is something we're going to have the guests that are watching the stream decide if you want to help out or hurt Mr. Peepers, or help out or hurt Thorgrim before they do their rolls. So really simple. Just type in the stream, say help Mr. Peepers or hurt Mr. Peepers, or help Thorgrim or hurt Thorgrim. That's it.
I want to filibuster for my cause. I'm very bad at gambling, so I'm going to need a lot of help. I'm looking for the help.
Oh, the chat is coming through.
Oh, here comes the help.
I'm very bad at gambling.
What's the house? What's the bet limit?
And I never cheat. So
what's the bet limit? What's the house rake? What are we talking?
Oh man, it just.
What's the action coming my way, Captain?
Well, at this point, they're only going to be paying. You're just betting like just coppers.
Coppers! Oh my God!
It's a warm-up game until you
coppers are valuable currency. Don't waste coppers.
She's gonna let you win the easy game and then clean you out on the hard.
I want high stakes.
Don't say that. Don't say.
I'm gonna win a half.
I've noticed that the more we talk, the more the chat's like, hurt him all.
And first, like help. Hurt. It's kind of tied right about now. It's getting pretty close.
I've decided to pass for power. Actually.
Oh, pass for power.
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at the phrase
"Oh my God."
Hurt Mr. Peepers, but that's really funny to me.
So mean.
People.
So mean to Mr. Peepers.
Mr. Peepers has had a rough life.
He's going to.
Nobody has to hurt Mr. Peepers. Mr. Peepers can take care of that job all by himself. Just give him time.
Pretty much. You haven't seen me in action, really. What's the max bet?
Since we're I will say you can put down up to 1 silver for round 1.
Oh, 1 silver. Yeah, nice and round.
That's real money. You guys don't have it.
I was going to bet 40 gold for the first bet. I mean, this is.
Don't worry, we got the next game. The next game.
1 silver is 2 weeks scrip.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's a lot less if you gamble it away, though.
So
Next Stocks does have a ton of cash.
That's true.
If anybody wants to do a thing where they find him and kind of convince him.
Will you stake us?
I know you're saving for a rainy day there.
Exactly, saving for a rainy day. We could do a whole back and forth. If you get a good bet, you could do a whole back and forth where we'll be at the beginning of lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels while I phony up all the money.
I have a high intimidate. I could muscle you out of your mouth.
Someone on the chat had an interesting question or suggestion that Mr. Peeper should get a tattoo if he loses, a new tattoo.
From a sailor, like a Viking sailor tattoo?
Mr. Peepers, why don't you tell the story, Mr. Peepers, of how you got your first tattoo of Belmarius on your arm?
Ooh.
Oh, I can't remember it. I don't remember. Was that
I remember it very well. Like it was yesterday.
I know I went. I was trying to break into an inn, and there was a curfew, and the guards just hauled me away, and somehow I just said yes to the prison tattoo. I think the attraction was.
We've all been there, Mr.
It was a genuine. Look, you're in prison. It's either voluntary or it's going to be forced. So you might as well go voluntary. So he went for the prison tat.
So say we all.
And if you're going to go for a prison tat, you might as well go for the best looking rune lord of them all.
Probably one of the most evil, that's for sure.
So, okay. It looks like they're it's almost even between hurt and help, both of them. So, I don't know. I need a little bit
I'll take a hurt. You know what? That's all right. I'll take a hurt because Thorgrim is going to need a help.
Mr. Peepers, wait, am I betting against Mr. Peepers? Or
you're all betting in a pot to see who wins.
Okay.
One person wins the pot. So
all right,
it's all 1 silver, all thrown in 1 silver. So you can do games, lore, thievery check, or deception. games lore would just be a base int check if you don't have it, and
it's going to be thievery.
I don't have any of that.
Mr.,
so what die are we rolling?
Then just roll your deception. You have deception.
I do. Do I?
Everyone has deception. Even if it's untrained, you'll have it.
Can I roll now?
Go right ahead.
All right, here's my thievery roll. Boy, it's not easy to say for some reason.
Thievery roll. So he gets the card. Mr. Peepers sneaks it under, trying to cheat, pulling out some cards from his sleeve, rolling a 19. And I'm going to say give that a another roll. Roll again.
Really? That doesn't do it? Oh, my God.
Just roll again.
You're being hurt.
So we're going to see what happens. 25! Oh, my God.
Middling for Mr. Peepers.
Wow.
He's done this before.
Yeah, you take the lesser of the two, which is the 19. So, Mr. Peepers, you do great.
Wow.
I take the lesser of the two. Oh, that's where the hurting comes from. Oh, God.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, God. That's terrible. You know what? More people said help Thorgrim. So, Thorgrim, you get to roll twice and take the better one.
All right. I have advantage.
You need that.
I get to enjoy him losing twice now.
Deception 12. Ooh. You rolled a 1. You rolled a 10.
That's sad.
So
I don't even want to roll.
He gets to roll this again. This is
deception
much fun.
Is deception cheating? Because I don't really want to use that.
Oh, no, sorry. You rolled an 11. Actually. It's you have a +1 on your deception.
+1, yeah.
Well, what's your int? How much?
Well, it's more like bluffing too, and that's not really cheating.
Yeah, no. Cheating is what Mr. Peepers did. He was cheating.
My int is 10. So yeah.
So your deception's better. You can still win. You just have to
let's try another one.
19 or a 20. Go right ahead. You get one more roll because he needs the help. And he rolls 16. Awfully close.
Close, but no cigar.
No cigar. Well, you flip over the cards. And the captain's was the lowest. Thorgrim's was the next highest. But Mr. Peepers is the winner. Big
what?
Chicken dinner.
Did I win? I don't even know how this works, and I still win. Wow, cool.
I look for a card up his sleeve.
Very well done, Mr.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Peepers. Okay, well, round 2 is going. Round 2. Once again, who wants to help or hurt Mr. Peepers or Thorgrim? Does anyone else wish to enter the betting? Nick,
I know. I want help now.
You want a large purse. I see it's jingling and jangling on your belt bucket. Mr. Nick Snox, you have quite a bit of coin, don't you?
What's the max?
He only has gold, though. He only deals with gold and above.
Well,
wow, that's quite a goblin.
Yes. Well, he will. They will make the bet worth your while if you want. Nick Snox, you can bring it up to a gold.
Well, I'm currently like in the darkest, driest place on the boat, so I don't know how much of this I'm actually hearing.
Of course you're gonna hear it. You'll hear it.
Okay, so it draws my attention. I get roused. I get roused by all the activity.
It's activity topside.
Yeah, so I sneak through the shadows and I'm peering over and I'm seeing all of the activity.
Since we're all talking about a silver, I'm willing to jump in. So.
Ooh, well now we're going up to a gold because well, if
then I'm jumping out.
Oh, a gold.
Right, so
I'm not good at any of the skills involved.
Okay, so I sidle up to Voltaris and I express my interest in the game.
Master Voltaris, what is this game that they're playing? Could you explain it to me? My ears are old and clipped in many places. Could you repeat the honorific that you started that sentence with? Master Voltaris. Yes. What is your question? What is this game that they're playing? It is intriguing. It is a bluffing game. One pretends that they have certain cards, or maybe they do have the cards, and everyone throws their money in the center, as if throwing it into a puddle, and one person gets to take it all away, and the others are just left with the feeling that they threw their money in a puddle. Do not waste your money, young knickknacks. You have put it together. That is the foundation of your fame. It is a waste. And more than that, it is a dangerous vice. I will heed your wise words, master.
It's less
I will
fun
only
for the
observe.
stream, but I'm telling you, don't participate in this foolishness.
Okay, I hang out by Voltaris and I observe the next round of the game.
Okay, in that case, she looks over at Nella and she's like, "Come join us, Nella. It's only 2 silver this time."
Oh, all right. As Erik said, it's more fun for the stream.
Yes.
Watch him. Watch what happens, Nix Nox. She will soon be bereft of her cash.
Seriously, you're gonna dunk on me for that?
Wow.
No, I'm quietly talking to the goblin. First of all, eavesdropping is not appreciated.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. But yes. I'm not dunking. I don't even play basketball. Not for years and years.
So
Well, I feel lucky this time.
well, looks like a lot of people want to help Nella. A lot of people want to help Thorgrim, but nobody wants to help Mr. Peepers.
Mr. Peepers is a bit of a cheat. He's a bit of a
What? Well, I'm playing with winnings.
He's shooting an
now, so
angle. He's an angle shooter.
I just made 2 silver, and so now I'm playing with winnings. It's a 2
That's
silver
right.
bet, right? Okay.
Double or
All right.
nothing. I'm in.
Nothing. Everyone's in. I think the term we're looking for is cheetah. Cheetah. Okay, Mr. Peepers, you're up first. I presume you're trying to cheat again.
Oh yes. Thievery. Is there a nice way to do thievery? I don't think there is.
Sure. You did it the nice way. You won. That was the nice way.
That was pretty nice. Okay, here's my first roll. Hopefully not my lowest.
Here we go. Ooh, 10. 10 does not look good.
Wait a minute. That can't be right.
Yeah, 2 plus 8. You got a 2. You rolled a 2.
I have a plus 10 for thievery.
No, you don't. You have a plus 8.
+8. Don't try and cheat.
You're level 2. I don't even know if it's possible for you to get a plus.
No. Yeah, there's the icon for thievery is the same. I'm just looking at the interface. Okay, it has +8 for thievery. Yes,
Yep,
you're right.
plus 8. You're correct. Next up, roll again. Let's see. Here we go. I think they call this disadvantage in another universe, but for now, we'll just call it bad luck.
I've never even heard of it before.
Here we go.
Well, I probably can't get much lower.
11.
You tried, though.
You tried. You got a 10. You are totally fumbling cards and they're like dropping on the floor and no one's paying attention.
Do it from the bottom and everyone can see. You can hear the snap, the distinctive snap.
Thorgrim,
I turn to Nick
Tattoos
Knox
coming.
and Vorteris and say, "All right, gentlemen, watch how it's done. Watch and learn how a dwarf gambles to victory."
Nix Nox, it might be the same way that they investigate a delicate chest filled with glass bottles.
18. Ooh, Thorgrim.
Could be
That's
better.
Pretty good. You get to roll again,
Yeah,
though.
let's do it again.
Well, good thing you got some 6. Good thing you got the first one.
Yes.
Well, Thorgrim's at an 18. Last but not least, Nella.
Pocket aces.
Poor little Nella. Let's see what she can do. Again, you can do thievery or deception. I mean, you probably don't have a huge int, so either one is. Now, the deception to say,
Critical failure.
But you do get another roll, so
You drop a silver over the side.
no, I'm going to tell you. Well, we'll see what happens depending on what you roll next. Oh my God, you rolled 3.
Wow.
Wow.
I have a 4.
Now, this is what happens. Nella takes the cards, and a sudden large gust of wind goes, and her cards go flying off into the sea. Mr. Peepers also was like, "Yes, my cards too went off into the sea." And Thorgrim easily wins the round and gets all 8 silver.
8
every-
silver, of which he
silver.
palms and immediately walks over to these two and starts jingling it in their face. Like, look, ha ha ha, that's a lie, I won.
And with that, the captain just looks sternly at Nella and says, "You know, that was my last full deck of cards. No matter. We'll move on to the real game." And with that, she pulls out the dice. And she says, "We are going to play Cascade." And she like jingles the dice. She says, "This one is easy as can be. Anyone can do it. All you do is roll a 2d6 or better known as 2 6-sided dice. You can bet up to 5 gold.
Wow, 5 gold.
Yes. If you roll a 7 or a 12, you win. If you roll anything else, you lose.
Wait, a 7 or a 12?
Wait.
Yes.
That can't be right.
Yes. A 7 or a 12. If you roll 7 or a 12, you win. You roll anything else, and you lose. And
Wow.
there's one extra thing. After you roll, you can roll an additional 1d6 for doubling your bet. So if you roll real low and you feel you might be able to make a little bit of money, you can throw another die just for fun. And most importantly, when you roll the dice, you have to go cascade and throw them to see what happens. It's called cascade because that's what happens to your money. You keep losing it in a large cascade. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
No.
Wait. So who are we betting against?
You are just betting against the house. Eventually, what will end up happening is that you just put the money in, and if you lose, it can go to the next person who will actually roll and then get the pot.
So is it the first person who rolls a 7?
Now, everyone has to put in the same amount. It's kind of like poker. So she looks around and she says, why don't we start off easy? We'll just do 1 silver just so you can get the hang of it.
Well,
How about that?
it just doesn't make any sense because the odds of rolling a 7 are pretty low. I mean, that's
someone's got to roll it eventually.
So it's the first person who rolls a 7. It's not just
or a 12.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So that's a totally different game. Okay, I'm in for 5 gold.
Well, you want to go first, though, too. That's another thing.
Well, we're going to roll off to see who goes first.
The loser is pressed into servitude and stays on the ship.
I will not be participating. This is corrosive to the soul and leads to far worse things than 8 silver pieces are worth. Take it from me.
All right, so there's no audience participation or interference on this. Is that correct?
Not the first round. Not the first round.
How dare you call it interference?
Oh,
we'll do 1 silver just so everyone gets the hang of the game.
Okay, sure. Why not? Yeah,
Manila, Thorgrim, Mr. Peepers, Nix Knox, Voltaires, everyone. Yes, we're gonna get them all. Come on, gang.
All right. So, how do we do this? How do we get this going?
First, everyone's who's playing. Nella, Thorgrim, Mr. Peepers.
Well, if I'm going to bow to peer pressure here, but I will slowly take 10 copper pieces out of my old man pouch.
He's like, 1, 2.
I'm looking at the years on them to make sure I don't give away any of the good ones. Oh, that's a keeper.
I am not falling for it this time. I'm not.
Oh, you're not playing?
No, I'm not falling for the trick of paying his way this time.
I said, remember last time I sure you don't want to throw in an IOU or a
I came up positive on the last adventure because of that. That was good.
That's right.
No, I think no copper allowed. Silver only.
Oh, now he can do whatever he wants.
Copper. If I win, I don't want copper.
Dirty the pot with
those. Everyone who wants to be in. So if everyone roll a d20 first.
7.
We're going to do that in terms of. You know what? I'm going to do something else.
9.
We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Are you ready?
Yup.
Okay.
Oh, the sound didn't go.
I guess
it started.
Roll for
initiative.
Combat.
We're doing the roll for combat sound, but it didn't go off.
Yeesh, man. I stink as usual.
So I roll 2d6 to start?
Yeah, hold on a second. So Nella goes first. So you roll 2d6. And if you roll an 11, if you roll a 7 or a 12, you will win. And you roll a 6.
Close.
Well, you can double your bet and roll 1 extra d6.
When do you have to shout out Cascade?
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to shout Cascade. Yeah, you forgot about that. Sorry. Cascade! Are you going to double your bet?
Yeah, I'm going to double my bet.
Ooh, Nella going for the big money. Okay, you roll a 1d6.
Well, so if Nella rolls a 1 or a 6, then she wins.
That's correct. Cascade! What does she roll? Oh, 5!
Double the bet. Keep it going. Keep it going.
No, she's done.
If this universe had civilized craps, I would have won. But
Exactly.
Well, now the captain goes. She rolls a 3, and she's like, "You can go, Mr. Peepers. I have a feeling your luck is about to change."
Yeah. So how much is in the pot now? I want to know. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 silver.
Well, 5 silver and 10 copper.
Exactly.
There you go. You forgot Cascade. Oh, I forgot it too. You roll a 6. Cascade. Oh, you're so close.
Cascade.
So close. Do you want to double it and to put in a 1d6?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
I'm rolling, again, 2d6?
No, 1d6. A 1d6.
Okay. So it's this plus my previous roll.
Right.
So I went a 1.
Yep. You want a 1. Here we
Cascade!
go. Oh,
Ooh.
but you win.
That's
'Cause
12.
7 or 12. You win. Cascade.
Oh my god! I didn't even get a chance to roll.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is so easy. This is a lot of fun.
Thorgrim takes the dice and examines them very
I didn't
closely.
even realize I won, and I
He
won
looks-
more.
He looks to make sure they're not weighted or.
Well, he says there is. She's like, well, there is the baby's way to play, if you wish, and where everyone gets to roll one round, and then the pot is split amongst the winners. If you're gonna complain about it, dwarf, we can.
No. That's quite all right. I leave it to chance. That's my way.
That's cool. I didn't even get to roll.
I know.
Well,
Good.
why
That
don't
was
we
a good.
that
That was
we
a good
try-
use of my hard-earned 10 copper pieces.
Aren't you glad we talked you into this?
Well,
I'm still up. I'm still
That
up.
hard.
that's some breaks with your replay Cascade, but I'll tell you what, we can play again. How about for 1 gold each?
I'm in.
I'm in.
in.
No,
I really want to go first, though.
I should
Sure,
never
I'll
have
be
wasted
in.
my 10 copper.
Oh, 1 gold! Come on, 1 gold!
worth of copper. We can have 100 copper.
100
pieces.
copper.
People
Oh my God.
today do not appreciate the value of even a single copper. Long ago, the copper was worth as much as a silver. I can't.
So
I can't survive it.
with this, though, she looks at you, the captain, and says, "You know what, old man? I'll stake you for this game since you don't seem to have much life left on this planet."
Very well. Wow, I agree. I know I'm 85 years old. I have 7 fingers and between them 1 ear. I will not last long. I must make the most of my time.
Yes,
And if that means making the most of my time on your dime, I'm willing to do it, yes.
Yes, you know, it's part of my personal credence to help the elderly and have them enjoy the last few years of their lives. So
Yes.
I gladly will stake you. I even have, she pulls that, I will even let you double your bet.
You say years, it could
Oh.
be days at this
That
point.
is so. No, I think the way I measure it, it is 1 year till I can harness the power of a fireball.
True,
And
but it's
3
2 days.
years after that, before I shall be able to raise an army of the dead. An army of allies who will help me to do what I do, and then if I can make it to 10 years, let us just say, my friends, if
Well,
I
yes.
can make it 10 years, I shall make it another 100 of this, I guarantee you.
As long as the Kraken and the sharks don't eat you first. Yes.
So we
I agree.
have Mr. Peepers is in, Thorgrim's in, Voltaris is
Taris the impatient is
in.
waiting.
Nella's gonna come in because
I'm in. Did we just find out that at level 20 we're going to be facing the Lich version of Vorteris?
Oh,
We
no.
did find that out.
Oh, no.
That's why I like to ask a lot of questions.
so everyone
Nick Sox is just loving Vortaris talking like this because it reminds him so much of the wizard master who created him.
Yes. I
So-
can get used to being called master.
who wants to help or hurt anyone? Not the captain.
Help, Vorteris! I'm an old man. I need all the assistance that I can muster from any quarter.
He's playing with house money. Don't help him.
Help!
No, that's all the more reason. Help, Vorteris! Help us!
Vote
Join!
Thorgrim.
Help
Thorgrim
embrace
loves
my
and can
destiny.
appreciate the value of Queen.
Together, you and I, chat, We'll forge our names in the Pathfinder Chronicles. Yes, if you help me. But only if you help.
All right, come on. You can help or hurt Nella, Voltaris, Thorgrim, or Mr. Peepers. Let's see. We don't have a lot right now. Let's see.
We can't cheat, right? We're just rolling. This is just flat out odds.
Flat out odds, man.
Oh.
Just so.
So how does it work? That's weird.
What do you mean? There's math. You know the math. It's not that hard.
Like, how? All right, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, says Vortex.
I mean,
the impatient.
If you roll a 9, then it's 50-50 that you can more or less.
The math is interesting. Let's see. Now,
Cascade! Math be damned!
Wait. Let's see who rolls first. That's very important.
That's like the big part of it. So let's see. Mr. Peepers is going to be helped or hurt. Let's see. A lot of people want to help Mr. Peepers. A lot of people want to help Voltaris. Everyone wants Mr. Voltaris. And you know what? She's going to sit out for this one. She's like, I'll have Mr. Voltaris play for myself.
Yes,
but
I keep
him have the fun. Yes. So I will just officiate. So it's only you four. Yes. Sit around, stare at each other.
I'm not being hypocritical for playing this game.
Well, one person helped Thorgrim, so everyone's going to get help. You know what that means, though? I don't know if anyone's going to get help, because if everyone wins, then no one wins.
It's an even battle.
I mean, it's your game if that's how you want to do
ground.
it. It's fine. It's fine.
Roll for
I'm last again. Oh my god.
Mr. Peepers is up.
How do I get past that? I don't like the extra
Okay,
die.
so let's see.
This is for a gold.
Cascade!
Yes, it's for 1 gold. Cascade, Mr. Peepers. Oh, he rolled it! He wins right away!
Did I win again? Oh my god! This is so easy!
There's so many better games than
Oh my
Mr.
god!
Peepers.
This game is terrible.
I am glad that you are on my team, and you are one of my allies. Because her money will be fine in your pocket.
The odds are so bad for doing that.
The odds
I
are
beat
not
Mr.
bad.
Peepers with my stick.
For 12 or 7, like 7's like 17%.
Seven's the most commonly rolled number, and then but
That's
if you roll any
17%.
but if you roll a 9 or higher, like any number that you can add +1 to 6 to get it to 12 is pretty good too. Like a 10, the 10 is really good. 11 is really good. 11 is a win also actually.
Lots of complaining from someone who is 3 gold richer than he was.
Like
10 minutes
11
ago.
is better than a 12 because 11 you can double your bet and automatically win.
She looks at Joel and says, we might want to play the child version, as it looks like no one else is getting to go. Well, everyone will get to roll this time. How about that? How about we just try it for fun? Just to see. You never know.
Yes, I will try it, but not for fun. I'm down now, so
No. Everyone else
each.
will bet a gold. Everyone will bet
2
the
gold
gold.
each, says me.
Oh, you want to do 2?
Is it the third round?
This is the third. Well, it's the third game. You guys, the game's been going very quickly. So 2 gold each. 2 gold each. And you have enough. So everyone throw in 2 gold. Don't worry about it. And this time, everyone will get to go, no matter what.
All
right.
Oh, look at that!
Last
Mr.
again. That's 3 times in a row. I'm last.
Mr. Peepers.
Are you
good? God.
I'm losing.
All right, here's
God, sir. Good God.
I'm losing it like.
Dude, did I just roll a 7?
Did you roll? I didn't see your roll.
I don't see a roll.
I don't see a roll. You got to roll again.
No,
Wait a minute. On my screen it says 7. It says 6
believe
plus
you.
1 equals 7.
Well, roll again. So let's see.
I don't see it.
None
Yeah,
of
we
us
don't see
it.
that.
Come on, stop cheating.
I'm getting a message that your connection to the server has been
Hey,
interrupted.
your connection
and
to the
server
server has
problems.
been interrupted?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I had a 7.
The internet gods took that away.
All right, hold on.
Screenshot. Hold on.
Reloading.
I don't believe you. Up, roll 20 issues and the Battlefront. Hold on.
Here we go. Coming back.
All right, while that's going on, I'm strongly considering playing a prank on Mr. Peepers. I wonder what the chat says about that.
The chat would probably like that idea.
I think
the
the
chat will
hot
probably like it because it looks like roll 20, of course, is down. Because
Oh yeah, that's about all. That's the only way you're gonna get Mr. Peepers. God, I rolled a 6 + 1 = 7, 0. Oh God,
It came back. It came back.
I hope it.
It's slowly coming back. Slowly. Right
after Nella Initiative, Modifier 22.
Nope.
This is,
Nope.
Oh God,
The internet gods caused you to not win. And I'm sorry, the internet decided that you shall not win. The internet gave you
pretty much bad
luck.
Yeah, they hurt me. The internet voted to hurt me. Basically, that's what happened.
You're already up a lot though.
Oh, here we are.
Not bad.
The internet voted to hurt Mr. Peepaws.
All right, so I'm going to prank him. So here's my prank.
You do that, okay?
I have the spell Prestidigitation that normally has a 10-foot range. However, I have Extend Spell, which has 30-foot to range, so I actually have a 40-foot range. So from 40 feet away, I'm going to use Prestidigitation to, when he makes the roll, have a crudely made bad fake die fall out of his sleeve when he rolls the die to make it look like he's cheating.
To make it look like I'm cheating. Oh, how dare you? How dare
Aren't
you?
we friends?
Well, shoot. So is it still down for you guys?
No, it's back up.
Oh, should I roll?
Try. I mean, I do see another message, but who knows? We'll just try. Let's see what happens.
Cascade number 3, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Oh man. This is the first time this has ever happened. What great timing.
You got cheated out of that 7, too. I think the more it goes on, the more I'm starting to believe that you actually did roll a 7.
No,
I'm trying.
No chance.
Here, wait a minute.
Let's see. Let's see if there's some issue. Well, I mean,
hey, some numbers.
No, he really did.
Oh my God, John, you really did roll a 7. It just came
they're
through.
coming back.
Oh, yeah, it's coming in.
Oh, they're coming back.
Mr. Peepers wins.
Oh, well, he won 1. This is the baby.
Oh wow,
version.
this is the baby version.
So Mr. Peepers actually did win in the first cascade again. But
Well, he's a natural.
The order doesn't matter. So how about Nella? Nella goes.
So, but is the prank actually going to happen? Do we want to do the prank?
Oh right, I forgot about your prank. So your prank is an extra die falls out of his sleeve. So he rolls a 7, and then he rolls a 4 will have that first die. So that is actually an 11. So he looks like he rolls an 11.
Wait a minute, Mr. Peepers. You can't be cheating at this game. You can't be cheating your friend.
So it looks like he palmed. It looks like he palmed the die.
You palmed the die.
I do not know where motive. Oh, I don't know where that die came from.
You can't be cheating. I think that your roll is null and void. You need to start fresh.
Yeah, I think you do have to start fresh. That looked a little fishy.
Yeah, that's a little fishy. I mean, I know you're sneaky.
Mr. Peepers, I know you're a sneaky thief type, but you really shouldn't cheat your friends because you'll end up over the edge into the water, feeding the fish, if you know what I mean.
And also, I don't mean to be a stickler for detail, but you must shout Cascade when you roll the die.
Cascade! That's right. So
Exactly.
try again, Mr. Peepers. Try again. Cascade!
All right.
Cascade!
I'm the only one rolling.
Oh, a 4.
A 4! A cascade! You didn't say cascade.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well,
that one didn't count. That one didn't count either.
That one counts. So what do you get? You roll. You can roll an extra 1d6 if you wanna.
Why would he do that?
I don't know.
If he rolls a 6,
don't
that's a
wanna do
10.
that.
It's still a loss.
Yeah.
Well, no. If he rolls a 1d, he rolls a 1.
Oh, that's true. He rolled 3.
You can get a 7.
Yeah.
I'll pass. I don't like this version where everybody rolls anyway. So go ahead.
So you won, but you lost because
Mr. Peepers is a winner takes it all sort of a winner.
Nella goes next. At least let Nella give it a try.
It could be a winner takes it all if no one else wins.
Nella's had nothing but bad luck. The cards went flying over the edge. She hasn't been able to do anything. Go, Nella, go. 2d6. Here goes.
Got it.
Oh, 4. Well, you can double your bet and roll 1d6. You can do it.
Unlike Peepers, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
How much are we betting this time? 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cascade Part 2.
You did it! You rolled a 3! You win!
Wow,
You win!
unbelievable.
Let's see if you can split the pot with anyone. And then Voltaris goes. But you know what? The dwarf comes over to you and she says, "For good luck." And she gives you a little peck on the cheek, Mr. Voltaris.
Oh, well,
And a
you be
loaded
careful. It's been a long time. All right. So I roll 2d6.
2d6. Don't get too excited.
Cascade!
Oh my God!
11.
Another.
No, he just need to roll 12.
That's
So
definite double, I guess, right?
Did that kiss on the cheek do anything for me?
let's see. I'll roll to see what happens. No, it doesn't do anything. But
All
you can roll
right.
an extra d6 if you want.
Oh, sure. It's her money, right?
Her money. Sure.
Okay, let's
It's an
do
automatic win too.
Well, no, he has to roll a 1. If he rolls a 1, it's on.
Oh, I thought it was 12
Yeah.
or above.
No,
just
no,
12.
it's 7 or 12.
Well, 7
So I
or
just roll 1d6 now.
1d6, right?
Oh my god!
He did it! He rolls a
Oh
1!
my God.
Yes! I won! I won! I did nothing for my efforts and I won! This could be
Wow.
habit forming!
You're
Yeah!
totally triggering Vorteris too.
I fling myself over the side.
Well, Thorgrim, you finally get to go. You've been
Oh
in
my
all
God.
these games and you've never been able to do
I've never
anything.
rolled once in this game.
I turned myself into a fish and swim a few angry laps.
Okay, Thorgrim, roll them dice, roll them bones.
All right, I say Palmolive. I mean Cascade.
We gotta
I
see
rolled.
it.
I rolled.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no! The internet gods have struck again.
Let's try again.
Try again. Or maybe you have to Are you seeing the
Yeah, I'm still... Mr. Peepers and Vorteris are able to move around.
Yeah.
All right, let me refresh.
Yeah. Refresh your screen.
Everyone's
I
just
think-
dancing around.
I know. I
I'll
think
be up here
PaizoCon-
recreating the Titanic pose.
I think PaizoCon has broken Discord and Roll20 and parts of the internet this weekend because I've
I'm
never
gonna-
seen this many issues.
I'm gonna roll
I
a stealth
rolled
check to
again.
see
It's
what
not
happens.
working at all.
I'm gonna roll a stealth check just to see if I do anything.
Well, here,
Yeah,
just move
nothing.
yourself around to see if it comes up. That's weird. I'll roll for you. How about that?
Let me try again.
Okay. I'll let you do. There's little buttons on the bottom, right? The 2D.
Nick Knox is
Yep.
sneaking around.
I used up a natural 20 on that fake stealth too.
Yeah, he did. But no one knows where he is. They're like, oh, where did he come from? Up, I heard a die roll. Chris Thorgrim rolls a 6. You didn't say Cascade, you said Palmolive, but close enough. Oh, well, if you roll a 1, you split the pot
Or a 6.
3
1 or a
ways.
6.
Or a 6. That's pretty good odds.
No, that's terrible odds.
That's
But
pretty good odds. Well,
it's
this might
not
be the
good.
last round. This might be it.
All right, I'll try for it. Go.
All or nothing. All or nothing. Cascade.
Cascade, give me a 1. One time. I rolled.
Oh, and it didn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
It's so suspenseful.
I know it is suspenseful.
Oh, there we
Waiting.
go.
Oh, I hear the die roll. I hear it. Oh, 4. Oh, you get a plus
didn't
1,
do
you
it.
dope. So, you roll a 3.
Oh, 3 doesn't
so
work
a
either.
9. Thorgrim and Mr.
Great.
Peepers lose. And Voltaris and Nella are the big winners. And Voltaris gets all the gold. And it's glistening in his hands. And it's just shiny. And I think his eyes get wide. And he can't stop staring at it as he remembers all those years where he was entrapped in the gambler's fallacy, thinking he could always win. One more roll, one more die, one more try. I can do it.
Yes, the old Vorteris is back. Oh, no. He just subtly puts the coins in his pouch and just starts whistling and looking the other way. It's
And,
easy for him to whistle because he's missing so many teeth.
So with that, as you're gambling away, you don't even notice that you have been sailing into some pretty thick mist, and suddenly a storm is rising around you.
Oh, no.
Quickly, the captain says, two posts!
No, do we know where our post is?
We have no post.
Yeah. Our post is to get out of the way for the
My
crew.
post is to hold on to
That's
the mast
basically it.
for dear life.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
this
going to-
animation.
Peepers is going to the head.
So
the moving fog is kind of slick.
Yeah, I love the animation.
So so you are let's see. So you are on the ship, and the other deckhands are tying some things down. They run underneath to take care of any leaks or other issues, and to move around ballast to keep the ship upright. And she looks at the PCs and each of you and says, "Help! Can you help me batter down the ship in the strong storm?" And she's like, looks at all five of you and says, "Please, please, please help! Please help! Any of you who are strong with athletics."
Yes, I will help.
Tie down some of the
this
equipment.
infernal contraption. I'll do it.
Yes,
Tell me what to do. Tell me what rope to pull.
Oh yes, and any of you with acrobatics can help secure ropes on the side of the ships without falling overboard. Is anyone good at athletics and acrobatics?
Peepers is good at acrobatics, so he will help you with the lines. They're not called ropes; they're called lines on a ship.
Oh yes, yes. Well, screw you, Mr. Peepers.
Would warfare lore encompass knowing what to do on a ship in an emergency?
I'll let you do it. I mean, if you got something you want to throw, those are the best ones by far. The DCs are just going to be much higher if you want to try to do something that's not covered with those two.
All right. Well, I'm searching my warfare lore ship. Ship in distress.
Mm-hmm.
What is the smart thing to do?
Mm-hmm. Leave the ship. 19, pretty good. You would know that you, Nick Knox, probably want to go downstairs and help with the ballast.
I go downstairs.
You're so small that you will probably be swept away. So that is where your best use is, nowhere near the surface, the top side of the ship.
I'm not especially good at either thing, but I'm slightly less not good at acrobatics. So I will try to help.
Okay. And finally, Voltaris. What was
I'll do it.
There's blustering wind and mist is dangerous. I will go below decks lest I be blown away.
Okay, Internet. Do you want to help the storm or hurt the storm? Okay, we're voting for the storm. If you help the storm, it's going to be way harder for these guys, and the storm's going to do some serious damage. And if you hurt the storm or help the players, you will, you're hurting the storm. Let's see, double seed. Help the storm, help the storm, help the storm. Wow, that's
what a surprise.
That's 3 against 0 so far. Stormageddon. Hurt the storm. Hurt the storm. I like Stormageddon. That's a good one. That might have to be the title. Sharknado. Oh, I have Hurt the Storms. We have 2 Hurt the Storms and 3 Help. No,
that's true. Right. We did not waste any copper coins throwing them into the ocean.
That's true. You did it.
Yeah.
Help the storm. I see votes for the Kraken. Up, you see in the distance a large. No, that would be great.
Sea turtle.
Release
dragon turtle.
Kraken. Hurt, help, Kraken. A lot of Krakens. Haha. Let's see. Oh, actually, let's see. Hurt is just a smidge more. Sorry, help is a smidge more than hurt. So,
all right.
Well, with that,
we'll take it.
Let him go. I say, let him go. That storm suddenly whips up a frenzy, and it's going even faster and worse than before, as if hundreds of people from the internet voted to have it do this. Go gadget rolls, whoever is going to help.
All right, so crafting, repair kit. I'm doing emergency repairs as they happen.
Okay.
Boom, nat 20.
Holy crap.
Nice.
Well, Thorgrim rolls an 18 for a 26. Nella rolls a nat 20 with a +0. Who else is up there? Mr. Peepers rolls a 15, which one are you trying to do? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics, it's the Probably putting
okay.
these bills down.
Okay. Mr. Peepers almost falls off the side of the boat.
With a 15?
Yeah, almost.
Oh.
If you rolled lower, you would have fallen off the
jeez.
side of the boat. And Nixnox rolls a natural 20. What is going on? Where were these rolls in Cascade? So,
Hell yeah.
wow.
During combat, even.
Yeah, combat. Well, even with the extra vicious storm, you managed to have. Wow, that's a lot of successes. I'm like doing the
19,
math.
26,
We're
20, 15,
we're getting them out of our
26.
system now.
Yeah, no kidding.
We kicked the storm's ass,
I know, they went
basically.
quickly.
Yeah, that's what we did.
No, everyone did great. So I hate to say it, although the storm whips up a frenzy, you managed to do your job like competent sailors. I don't know who these people are and what you did with the original members of the Black Lodge, but good job. Especially you, Voltaris, who helped out downstairs complaining.
Yes.
In my day.
Yes. In fact, just for the sake of the argument, let's just say that I intimidated people into doing a better job. No, don't lift that. No, you've got it all wrong.
Lift with your back.
14.
You nagged us into success.
Yeah.
So, Steve, will we offering a T-shirt for the storm since everyone seems to like it so much?
Yeah, we should. We should have a T-shirt for the storm and a T-shirt for the door that Rob T's character has never managed to get through in any adventure path we've ever played. So those will be the two inanimate objects we do T-shirts for in the future. So, okay, well let's delete the storm because you guys did so well. It's time to go back to the non-storm. Hey, look at that. It's back to normal, like nothing happened.
Your seagulls again walking.
I know. I know the storm was cool. I was going to put on more animation, but I didn't want to tax the servers too much.
How are Stan, Jane, Patty, and Mike?
Stan,
I didn't see them battening down
Shane,
the
and
ship.
Mike. They were downstairs helping Nixnox and taking orders from Voltaris because he's a mean old man. I tell you, he might
like to think of it as experienced and insightful, and free to give advice. If you call that mean, I call it charity.
Charity, indeed. They look at him with a little bit more trepidation as they heard firsthand. And anyhow, she looks around and she's like, "Oh, great job! We managed to save 2 crowbars, 2 spears, 2 lesser elixirs of healing, and 2 lesser antidotes. Excellent job. Feel free to take these as prizes for your excellent hard work." And actually, you saved crowbar, spears, elixirs, and antidotes. She's giving you 2 of each for free. Whoever wants to.
Nice. Oh, I'll take a crowbar, definitely.
No, I'll take an antidote. Precaution is the measure of the day.
Okay. Does anyone else take?
Wait, we could take 2 of each, or
No,
what?
no, Mr. Greedy. No chaotic greedy. There's 2
Wait,
for the whole
did I
party.
mishear that?
No, 2 for the whole party. So 2
Oh,
lesser
okay.
antidotes,
All right.
2 lesser elixirs of healing, 2 spears, or 2 crowbars. So 8 pieces of loot. You guys figure that out amongst yourselves.
I don't need a crowbar. I think I have one already.
Probably.
It
I'll
seems
take
like it's heavy.
an antidote.
Okay, those are all gone. I'm sure you won't need them at all. Don't worry about it.
Probably not.
No.
All right, I'll take a lesser healing too.
Wow, Mr. Peeper's just taking everything.
Well, there's 8 things.
That's right. So after traveling for a bit, you managed to get to the wreck a lot quicker than you thought.
Oh, good.
Hold on, let me just
Wait,
change.
what happened to our cannons? We had nice cannons.
I know the cannons. You thought, hey, cannons, we can use those. And the answer is not really.
They turned into ballistas.
Those don't really work.
They look like they work.
Nope. Working, they do not. Don't worry about the ballistas. So eventually you pull up to the wreck area, and she finds the Shore Seeker lying half submerged in the sea. Sure enough, it seems to be propped up with several more wrecked ships. It is obviously heavily damaged and half sinking into the sea, with the lower part and the whole right side, I don't know if that'd be starboard or aft, is in the sea. For our purposes, the east side is in the water. And she pulls up along the side that's not sinking into the sea, lays down some floorboards, and says, "Well, here we are. Here is the Shore Seeker. I heard you were supposed to get something from this dump, so let's hurry it up before we lose any more daylight."
All right, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Of course. We'll wait for you.
I'm going to jump over to the other ship.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. You guys stay up. Nix Nox is going to. Is Voltaris or Nella going onto the other ship as well?
Yeah, of course.
I figure
I'll
we
go
kind of
with
have to. But
Mr. Peeper. I mean, it's our job.
Stop, everyone.
I'm going to hang back a little bit, though. I'm just going to.
Excellent. As Voltaris, Peepers, and Nix Nox and Thorgrim jump onto the other ship,
Stop.
suddenly you see mold, lots of gray mold,
Oh, no.
spring up from your shuffling of your feet up into your nostrils and your face. Everybody, except for Nella, give me a fortitude save.
Oh,
I had
no.
Did I mention I had my helmet on?
You've been listening to Roll for Combat, Tales from the Black Lodge. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com. You can also find us and play various games on our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat.com. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember, it's all fun and games until the healer runs out of spells.